Hello, hola, bonjour, guten tag. My name is Diego Vázquez, and today I'll be talking about an important topic that needs to be addressed immediately: discrimination. As many of you know, discrimination can be found in many ways. It can be against someone in particular or against one of their characteristics. It can be religion, sexuality, ethnicity, you name them. Now, discrimination mainly comes from people that are incorrectly educated, misled by others, or hold hatred towards some. There will be three types of discriminations that we'll address today: racism, homophobia, and ableism. Now let's define what they are. Racism means to mistreat someone by their race, homophobia by their sexual orientation, and ableism by disability one suffers. Racism can come in many ways: harassment, victimization, or direct, which is when someone is treated worse than another person because of a certain characteristic someone has that the other doesn't. Now, many people that you see that are protected from being discriminated are either white, straight, or both. You can see that right now there are a series of protests across the United States calling for an end to racism, which were provoked by numerous cases of police brutality against the Black community. And something you did not know is that all Americans use drugs at similar rates, but non-white people, mainly blacks and Hispanics, are more likely to get arrested for it than whites. How come? Simple answer: systemic racism. Also, since the year 2021 began, reports of hate crimes against the Asian community, primarily by assault, have skyrocketed, with one of the factors provoking this hate wave being COVID-19. Several examples are death threats, physical aggressions, vandalisms, and even promoting it, such as having cars with license plates with insulted remarks, such as Kung Flu, which is pretty messed up. We can also see that the protests throughout the US have risen with discrimination against Asians and even created a movement called Stop Asian Hate. Now let's move on to homophobia, which is when someone that isn't straight is discriminated against for their sexual orientation. As you may have read and seen in the news, there have been many violent hate crimes against the gay community, mainly assault and murder. Homophobia has even been stretched to the extent that being gay was made illegal in certain countries. Also, there was a plan made that allowed people to deny medical treatment for anyone that was not straight. Like many non-whites, sadly, non-straight people also tend to face violence from police officers and military workers. Finally, we have ableism, the mistreatment of someone who suffers a mental or physical condition. While many people don't victimize people with mental or physical conditions as much as people of different races and sexualities, they tend to be mocked and looked down on by their peers. Whenever they ask for help, they tend to be ridiculed by them. It's not their fault they're suffering from a condition. Did they choose to be born with it, live with it? Didn't think so. So why discriminate? Because they're different? It's illogical and overall immature. Now think. Together we can make a difference to end discrimination. After all, we're all like brothers and sisters. We're all different, and no one is less than the other. In fact, we're all equal, and that's how we should live. Thank you for listening.